Okay, good morning, all. Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last class we discussed about some control statements. So we discussed up to laddered else if, and also we discussed about simple if statement, if else statement, and also nested if else statements. So today we are going to see about switches. The switch statement. Switch is a multi-way decision statement. When there are a number of else, another way of expressing this multi-way selection is by the switch statement. When there is a switch statement, it evaluates the expression and then looks for a matching case label. So here switch is a multi-way decision statement, and it can also be considered as another way of representing else if statement. It is almost similar to else if ladder statements. So first I will explain the syntax. So here switch is the keyword. Here switch is the keyword. So inside that we will give an expression. Here we have some cases. Here case is also a keyword. Along with the case we will give a constant. It can either an integer constant or a character constant. And here we will give some statement list. So if this constant and this statement list, if the expression and the constant one matches, then this statement list one will be executed. So we are trying to find a match between expression and the constants. Here we have some constants. So if constant 1 matches expression, then statement 1 will be executed. Then the remaining part will be skipped. So in addition to that, we have one more statement called break. So break helps to goes out of the switch. So once the match is found, it will execute statement list 1. So after executing statement list 1, there is no need to execute the remaining steps. To skip the remaining steps or to avoid executing the remaining steps, we are using a break statement. And if we are using a break statement, the control will goes out of the switch. Out of the switch means here. If there is any statement here, next statement executed will be outside the switch. So suppose the expression and constant 1 didn't have any match, then it will try to get a match on constant 2. If constant 2 is matched, then statement 2 will be executed. Similarly, if constant 3 is matched, statement list 3 will be executed. So in some cases, there will be no match in any of the cases. Here we have some case followed by some constants. If no match is found, then the default statement will be executed. So it is similar to the else part in else if ladder. Default is similar to the last else part in else if ladder. If you remember else if ladder, we have it will start with an if condition, then it will have a number of else if conditions, then in the end it have an else condition also. So default is similar to that else condition. So when there is a switch statement, so this is the switch statement, it evaluates the expression and then looks for a match case label. So this constant 1, constant 2, constant 3 are called labels. It will be clear when we see the example. So it will try to find a match with the expression. Break helps to goes out of a switch. So we will study break in detail later For the time being, you just understand to skip the remaining steps, we are using break. If none is found, the default label is used. If none is found means if there is no match found in these case statements, then default statement will be executed. If no default is found, the statement does nothing. So one more thing is the statement is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. Default statement is not mandatory. Even if we didn't write this statement or didn't include default, the switch will execute perfectly. So if default is not there and there is no match in the cases, then nothing will happen. A default case is not required, but it is good programming practice to include one. So it is not mandatory, but including default is a very good practice, programming practice. The biggest defect in the switch statement is that cases do not break automatically after the execution of the corresponding statement list for the case label. So once the match is found, the statement list will be executed. So one of the biggest defect is once it executed, it didn't go automatically out of the switch. For that, we have to provide break. Once the statement list under a case is executed, the flow of control continues down, executing all the following cases until a break statement is reached. So I will come back to the point later. First, you just imagine I didn't have the break statement here. You just imagine I removed the break statement and trying to execute this switch. So I have an expression, and also you imagine I have found a match of expression constant 1 itself. I have found a match of expression in constant 1 itself. So it will definitely execute statement list 1. Then what happens is, since the break is removed, it will also execute statement list 2. So after statement list 2, it will goes out of the switch because here we have a break. Now we read this point again. Once the statement list under a case is executed, so under case constant 1, the statement list 1 is executed. The flow of control continues down, executing all the following cases. So it will execute all the following cases until a break statement is reached. So here we didn't have any break statement, but here I have a break statement. So it will also execute statement list 2 also. So here it is saying as a biggest defect, but in some programs we can make it as an advantage also. So in you just imagine I have removed this break also. Suppose I am trying to find a match with the expression constant 1 is not matched. Constant 1 is not matched. That means the statement list 1 will not be executed. Listen carefully. Constant 1 is not matched. So this one will not execute. Suppose I found a match in constant 2. Then what happens is statement list 2 and statement list 3 will be executed. Because here we have a break only after statement list 3. So if I found a match in constant 1 itself, then it will execute statement list 1, statement list 2 and statement list 3. So if you notice the syntax, after default the break is not needed. Even if you include, it's not a problem, but generally there is no need of including break after the default statement. Any doubt in these things? Any doubt in switch statement? If you are clear, you just type clear in the chat box. Otherwise, just ask the doubt, or you can type the doubts in the chat box also.
Sir, can you repeat this one more time?
What's your name?
Saras, sir.
Okay. So I will repeat later. So I'm moving to this flow chart. After that, I will come back and explain.
Okay, sir.
So the key point is here. When there is a number of else, if you remember, if laddered else, it will be very easy to understand. When there are a number of else, another way of representing this multi-way decision is by the switch statement. Just keep that thing in mind. Okay. Okay, the same syntax is given here. Here you just look at the flowchart. First thing is expression and constant one is compared. Expression means here this expression will produce some value. Here instead of expression you can pass a value also. So first try to compare expression and constant one. If it is true, statement list 1 will be executed. Statement list 1 will be executed. Then it will try to execute the next statement. That is what we understood from the flowchart. So if it is false, what happens? Expression will be compared with constant 2. K is constant 2. So if it is true, statement 2 will be executed. Otherwise it will, after that it will execute the next statement outside the switch. Similarly, if this constant 2 is false, the expression will be compared with constant 3. If it is true, statement list 3 will be executed. So if all the matches or if all the comparisons produce false, if expression and constant 1 is not matched, it will try to find a match in expression and constant 2. If it is also not matched, it will try to find a match in expression and constant 3. So you just imagine we didn't find any of the matches in the conditions. Then it will execute the default block. Then it will execute statement list n. Salas Paul,
Yes, sir.
did you get some idea after seeing this flowchart?
Sure, right, sir.
Okay. So here you just go through these things. Switch is a multi-way decision statement. Multi-way decision means, so you just imagine you have to go to college from Monday to Friday, and you are making some decisions. So in the morning you are making a decision. If it is a Monday, I will wear a blue shirt. If it is Tuesday, I will wear a red shirt. If it is Wednesday, I will wear a green shirt. If it is Thursday, I will wear a black shirt. And if it is Friday, I am wearing a white shirt. So that is a multi-way decision. So you will wake up in Monday morning and you will think, is it a Monday? Yes, you found a match. Then you will select the blue shirt. Then you wake up in Tuesday. First thing you imagine, anyway, this is not Monday, but it is Tuesday. So I will wear a red shirt. Suppose you are going to college on Saturday. It can be considered as a default case. So earlier 5 matches are not found there. So in default case you will wear a purple shirt. So if it is not in Monday to Friday, then you have to wear a purple shirt. That is equivalent to default statement. That is a basic idea. Some more thing also you have to understand. So break on important thing is break helps to goes out of a switch. So once the match is found and the statement list 1 is executed, you must include break. Otherwise, what happened is it will execute the remaining statements also. Remaining statements means remaining statements until the next break is found. Until the next break is found. So once the statement list under a case is executed, the flow of control continues down. Execute all the following cases until a break statement is reached. Any doubt? Silas, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It will be anyway. It will be more clear when we study the example. Any other doubts? Please respond. Okay, let me move to the example. So when we do these 3 examples, I think all the concepts will be clear. So write a C program to estimate grade based on the following table. So here some marks are given. So the mark will be the input, or the average mark will be the input. And from that we have to find an index. From that we have to find an index. And based on the index value, we have to calculate the grade. Based on the index value, we have to calculate the grade. If it is 100, the index is 10. If it is 90 to 99, the index is 9. So by observing the table, is there any way to find the index value from the average mark? Anyone? So you just, if you notice it carefully, here it is 100, then it is 10. 90 to 99, then it is 9. 80 to 89, then it is 8. 70 to 79, then it is 7. So is there any relation between this range and this index value? No need to consider the last one, remaining one. Saksham, Setu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saksham. Is there any relation between the range and the index value? Okay. Here 90 to 99 and 9. So what about the first digit in 90?
9.
What about the first digit in 99?
9.
9. Okay. Is there any way to find 9 from 90?
No, if we remove 0,
How to remove 0?
divide it by 10.
Divided by 10, exactly. So if you divide 100 by 10, then you will get 10. If you divide 90 by 10, you will get 9. You will get, if you divide 99 by 10, you will get 9. So all the values in that range, it will produce 9. Similarly, 80 to 89. So here, now we understood how to calculate index. You just compare with the switch statement and the index values. So just write if it is case 10, just print A1. If it is case 9, print A2. Case 8, B1. Case 7, B2. So after all these cases, you have to include the break also. Case 6, C1. Case 5, C2. Case 4, D. In all other cases, you have to write failed. That means in default case, you have to write failed. When I write the program, it will be more clear. Filsa Kareem.
Yeah.
How many inputs will be there in this program? What will be the input of this program?
8.
What? Not how many inputs, what will be the input? Your voice is breaking. What will be the input?
Number.
Number. What number? Okay. Okay. The input will here in this program. The input will be average mark. You have to give the input as you have to give some mark as input. Based on the mark, it will calculate the grade. So I am declaring a variable int m. And I am writing printf enter your mark. Scanf %d, comma m, ampersand m. Then I am writing a switch statement. I have to use a keyword switch. So in the switch statement, you have to pass the index value. So here I have to calculate the index value also. So I am declaring one more variable I equal to m divided by 10 printf index equal to %d, comma I. So in switch I will give index as output. Here I am writing CAC case, giving a space, 10, putting a colon. Then I am writing printf A1. I am writing a break statement. Case 9. Printf.
Sir.
Okay. Still, what happened?
Sir, why we can't write directly in 8th line switch bracket
M by 10.
M by 10? Yes, sir.
We can also write M by 10 also, no problem. So here anyway I have to calculate the index also. So the index is there in the variable I. So that's why I used I directly. So before executing, I will show you both the cases. Break. So to save the time, I am copying the remaining things. This case 8. Then you have to change it as B1. This is case 7. You have to change it as B2. Case 6. It is C1. Case 5. Then it is C2. 4, then it is D. In all other cases we have to print failed. Printf failed. So from line number 3 to 7, everyone is clear about it because they are just reading the mark, then finding the index, and the switch I am just giving the I as input. I will contain the index value. So I'm executing the program. So I'm giving mark as 95. So index equal to 9 and grade is A2. So here I am giving a slash n. So here m will contain 96, m by 10. That means it is integer division, so it will give only quotient. So 96 by 10 is 9. That 9 will be stored in I, and that 9 is printed as index. Then 9 is passed to switch statement. First, this 9 will be compared with this 10. Anyway, 9 and 10 are not same. So it will try to find a match in this case 9. Case 9 we have a match. That's why it is printed the grade as A2. Then I have a break statement. Then it will come out of the switch. No more statements are there to be executed. So only the output will be A2. Any doubt in this example, please respond. If anybody have any doubt, please ask. Feel free to ask. Any doubt? Otherwise, please respond with a clear message.
Sir, I have doubt, sir.
Okay, please ask.
Sir, first scroll up line. Sir, here we enter I equal to m by 10.
Okay.
And we enter marks that is 95, sir. Then I equal to 9. No, sir. Yes.
I equal to?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, this is integer division. I think you thought you will get a value 9.5 now.
Yes.
Okay, since this is integer division, we will get you only 9. Okay. Earlier someone asked, instead of I, can we use m by 10 directly here? Okay, that one is absolutely correct. So here I am trying with m by 10. And I am giving some value 65. 65 means index is 6 and grade is C1. Suppose I am giving some other value. Some 25. Here index is printed as 2 and the grade is come as failed. But the problem is, in the question, if the mark is between 0 to 39, then it is 0. Then the index value is 0. So I have to make a small modification. So here I am making a modification. If, again I am going back to table, if the index is less than 3. If the index is 4, it is D. So below that anything comes, it is failed. So the thing is, if I less than 4, then you have to give just index value as 0. Any doubt in this statement? Here I will find I. In this example I got it as 2. But if the mark is from the table, if the mark is less than 40, then the index value is 0. So I am resetting the value of I to 0. So it will overwrite the value 2 to 0, and that will be printed as index value. Now I will execute the program again. So I am giving 25. So now the index is 0 and it is printing as failed.
Sir, in this case, we are updating the value of I.
Yeah, we are updating the value of I. What's the doubt?
No, sir.
So here I have some space to store I and some M. So I have given the input as 25. Then I am calculating M by 10. M by 10 will give 2, and that will be stored to I. But if any mark which is less than 40, the index value is index value is 0. That means if any index value which is less than 4, the index value is 2. Value is 0. So since 2 I here 2 is less than 4, that is true. So the I value will be updated. This 2 will be removed, and here 0 will be stored. And that 0 will be printed as output. In the case statements, we didn't have any case 0, so the default statement will be executed. So here the negative values and the values greater than 100, I didn't consider it. So we can make some modification, and also you can accommodate it. No need to consider that. It is only for understanding switch statement. Can I move to the next problem? Any other doubts?
Sir,
Okay.
sir, in which case expression and constant would be same or matched?
I didn't understand your doubt. What happened?
Sir, in which case expression and constant
In this
would be
example
same?
or generally?
Not sir, usually I'm asking generally.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say in all this example. Okay, leave it. Suppose I'm giving some input. What's your name?
Sasikant?
Shashikant. Okay, Shashikant.
Yeah.
Suppose I give some marks as 85. I have given marks as 85. So M will get the value 85. So what will be the value of I? Shashikant.
Yes, sir.
But what will be the value of I?
It will be divided upon 10, sir.
Then what will be the value? 85 divided by 10 is
8, sir.
8. So the I value is 8. Anyway, I is not less than 4. So I equal to 0 will not be executed. Here index value will be printed as 8. Here switch of m by 10. What is m by 10, Shashikant?
M by 10 sir, 85
M by 10,
upon 10 sir,
m by 10 is
85 upon 10.
okay. What's the value?
It's
8. Here the value is 8. So this 8 and 10 will be compared. So is 10 equal to 8?
no sir,
No.
it is
So then what
not
will
matched.
happen? 9 and 8 will be compared. Is it
Yeah.
same?
No sir.
No. Then what? This 8 and this 8 is compared. Then is it same?
Yeah sir, it is same.
So it is printing B1. So B1 will be the output. That's how the match is found. Then there is a
Yeah,
break
yes.
statement. That means it will goes out of the switch. Is it clear now?
Yes sir, clear.
Sir, can you modify this program match if index value is in the range that is 9 to 10 or 9 to 8? If
9 to 8.
yes, sir, just if index value also have a range. Sir. Here our average marks is in the range, and if our index value have range, index have range. Sir.
So index have
What's
then what happens?
then what's modification in the switch statement, sir? That is if
How index also
9.5
ranges?
na,
So can you say an example?
that is if that is get 9.5 index, sir, then what we write?
9.5.
Yes, sir.
So I will.
9.5.
I didn't done so far in my life. I didn't done any program using floating point, and also I'm not sure whether it works. So I will try it later, and I will say it in the next class. So I'm not sure about can I. So it's a very good doubt. It's a very good question. I also didn't think about that. Can we give floating point number in place of case? That's what I am.
Yes, sir.
You are trying to ask.
Yes,
I
sir.
also never tried it. I will try it later, and I will say it in the next class.
Thank you, Professor.
Can I move to the next problem? Okay, the next problem is write a C program to check the given number is odd or even. The given number is odd or even. So we already done this program, but using switch we are doing this program. It is to understand one concept in switch. So you can do it easily with the help of if-else statement. But okay, please ask.
Sir, excuse me, sir. The question, last one, sir. Like, Saket said that what will happen if we take 9.5 as index, right?
Yeah, 9.5 is index.
Hello.
Yeah.
Would it be possible? The index values are in.
That's what I am saying. I will try it later and I will say it in the next class.
No, why do we
I can't hear
because
you
what
properly.
is only
Can you raise your volume?
thing?
Can you talk a bit louder?
Or means of index when it is given in questions as integers only.
Yeah.
The index values are
What
only
will happen if the
integers. So
index value is a floating point number?
no, sir. I am saying why would we bother about taking index value as decimals or something when it is already given as integers in questions? I mean 10 and then 8, A1, 9 and then A2. So why would we bother?
In this question it is given like that. Some other person asked what will happen if the index value is given in floating point. He was not saying about this question. He was saying about some other problem. Never compare this problem and that problem.
Okay, sir. Answer.
What happens if the index value?
Okay, sir. Answer.
What?
Yeah, answer. Next question is like, suppose, sir, in spite of because I was confused in taking, I mean, which will be taken as case. I mean, you took case 10, case 9. I was like, can we take case as 90 to 99 and 8029 rather than taking index.
So then you have to include all the 100 cases. 100 0, sorry, case 0 failed, case 1 failed, case 2 failed, up to case 39 failed. Then again case 40, grade is D, case 41, grade is D. Then up to case 49, grade is D. Okay, that is a very difficult process. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So from the
Yes.
average mark, you have to calculate grade. From grade, it is very easy to map to a switch statement. And from that,
Yes,
you can
sir.
calculate the grade also. Sorry, from index, it is very easy to map to switch statement. From there, we can calculate the grade. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, that floating point value, I will clarify it and say, because I also never think about that. Can we include that floating point? Okay. Anyway, write a C program to check given number is odd or even. We already done this program, but using switch statement, I will try to do this program. So I am trying to modify this same program here. So I am modifying this program, listen carefully. Enter a number. So here I will explain the logic. Suppose I have a value m. So if it is even, what will be the last digit? Varsha, Shibu?
Yes, sir.
If the number is even, what will be the last digit?
0,
0,
2,
2,
4,
4,
6,
6,
8.
8. Very good. So this is happens when it is even. What happens if it is odd? M will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Adarsh Kumar.
Yes, sir.
So can I map it to switch statement? Okay, leave it. How to find the last digit from a given number?
Sir, I can use modular operator.
Yeah, modular operation. Very good. Okay. Suppose m is given as some 89. What is 89 mod 10? 89 mod 10 is 8. So from, sorry, 9, 9. 89 mod 10 is 9. Similarly, I have some 1024. What is 1024 mod 10? When it is dividing by 10, I will get a quotient 102 and I will get a remainder 4. Okay. So from any number, we can extract the last number by doing a modular 10 operation. Modulo 10 operation, we will get the last value. So now I think everyone is clear how to approach this one. So I'm just removing this index value. Now I need to calculate the index value here. So I'm just changing this to M10. Case 1. Advait, what I have to print in case 1? Advait,
Yes, sir.
in case 1, what I have to print? Odd or even?
Yeah.
Even. So if the
Odd, sir.
odd, because
Case one,
the
odd,
remainder,
odd.
the remainder is on, the meaning is it is odd.
Odd.
So anyway, I am not typing anything. I am just giving case 3, case 5, case 7, case 9. Then I am writing printf odd then I am writing case 2, case 4, case 6, case 8, one more thing I have to add, case 0. Here I forgot to add break. I am adding break now. Printf even. Then I am giving a break statement. So two things we have studied from this example. In this example, I didn't give any default case. So I already told you default case is not mandatory. So it is not necessary. So you just imagine I have given the number 101 as input. So 101 mod 10 means 1. Writing mode 10 is 1. So here it will be 1, and the first case itself we have find a match. What we have studied is, if the break is not given, it will execute all the statements until the break found, until we find a break. So there is no break. So it will try to execute the statements in case 3 also. In case 3 we didn't have any statements, so nothing will happen. Then it will try to execute the statements under case 5. In case 5 also I didn't give any statement, so nothing will happen. Then it will try to execute the statements under case 7, no statements, so nothing will happen. Then it will try to execute the statements under case 9. Here I have two statements. First one is printf odd, so odd will be printed. Then the next statement is break. So since we find a break here, it will not execute the remain part. It will goes out of the switch. It will goes out of the switch. So no more statements are remaining. So nothing will happen. So I will execute this program. So I am giving 101. So I have got the output as odd. So just read this point again. Once the statement list under a case is executed, the flow of control continues down, executing all the following cases until a break statement is reached. Here I have found a match in 1. And statement under 1, nothing is, I have written nothing. So nothing will execute it. So it will execute, it will try to execute all the statements until we find a break. Here I didn't include any statements, but here actual Actually, we have find a match in case 1, but executed thing is written under case 9. It is executed because we didn't give any break in between. Is it clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Please respond. If it is clear, you just type clear in the chat box. I am trying to execute the other.
Sir, when...
1 minute.
Hello.
1 minute. I will try to execute 1024. It is an even number. So I got the output as even. Okay, ask. What's your name?
Sir, when the number is less than 10, then what happens, sir?
Less than 10. Okay. What is 2 mod 10? What is the remainder?
Sir, 0.
How the remainder is 0? The quotient is 0, but the remainder is 2.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
it will work.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Clear, sir.
Okay, anyway, very good doubts. So, anyway, everyone will think about that. What will happen if some value is less than 10? So definitely I will try those inputs also. Suppose I am giving 5. I got odd. Suppose I am giving some 8. I got it as even. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Can I move to the next example? Okay. Write a C program to check given alphabet is a vowel or a constant. So here an alphabet will be given as input. So if that alphabet is a vowel, then it will print vowel. If it is not a vowel, it will print as consonant. So this one also I'll try to modify the same problem. Varsha Shibu. So here I am making some modification. Enter an alphabet. So how to read an alphabet? Varsha.
CHA
Okay,
character.
Very good. So I am declaring it as char A. So in scanf, what is the modification I have to make? Where the VR?
Yes, sir.
So what's the modification needed in line number 5 to read a character? Percentage.
അയ്യോ ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് ക്യാരക്ടർ വരുമ്പോ പെർസെന്റേജ്
C.
percentage
Percentage C, comma ampersand. Instead of M, what I have to I'm storing it in A. So what I will do?
A.
Give
A.
In the switch, I am passing character directly A. So here you just listen how I am writing the case. Case A. I can't directly write case A. Since it's a character, I have written within a single quotes. And this way also you can use the switch statements. So to convey the idea of using character in case as case values, I have taken this example. So A, E, I, O, U. So also we have to take and consider the capital letter A, I, O also. A, E, I, O, U. Printf. Vowel. So if it is not a vowel, or if in all other cases it will be a consonant. So one more thing, you have to add a space in between this case and these characters. So I'm including a default, including a break. Then I'm giving default.
Sir, in digits there is no gap, na, sir.
Where
In digits means after case
also there's a
and
gap.
digit.
Here there's a gap. Case space 1. Okay, is it clear? Who asked that out?
No.
Mayank. Is it clear, Mayank?
Yes, sir.
There's a space in between digits also. So here I'm giving printf. Consonant. So I'm giving A. I got it as vowel. I'm giving capital Z. Consonant. Any doubt? Please ask.
In previous question, we can also use the default statement. That is 0. After odd printing, then we can use default statement and print even.
In default, what will we print?
Default means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is taken then, and default statement which default taken then it's also print even.
A number can either be odd or even. So then there is no default statement. No need of a default
Okay.
statement. In default, what will you try? What will you print?
No, sir. He is asking that after line number 14 we can directly
Right.
put default statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good idea. Okay, in that way also you can do it. Yeah, very good logic. Okay, very good. Okay. So I will make some modifications in this program to understand much more things. Suppose I have entered some digit as input here. I can give 1 also. on also can be taken as a character. When it is written within a single quotes, on is also considered as a character. So when I give input 1, it is printing as consonant. So it is actually a wrong output. 1 is actually not an alphabet. So here I am going to make some modifications, then I will explain it. So we have to make sure the
Sir, one doubt,
the
sir.
inputted element is an alphabet. Please ask.
Sir, if we give input 1, then in line number 5 we declare that it is a means character. Then how it gives the output only? It will show error, na, sir?
So if you remember when we studied character constant, anything given in a single quotes can be considered as a character. So
Oh yes, sir. Yes.
here user inputted 1, and here A is the A is declared as a character, and also scanf is also contain %C, so that 1 is considered as a character and it is stored in A. So actually in A, ASCII value of 1 will be stored. ASCII value of character 1 will be stored. If I stored integer, the value 1 itself will be stored in A. Since it is an character, and another integer value which is equivalent to character value of I will be stored. Sorry, ASCII value of character I will be stored. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So here when I give 1, it is printed as consonant. So before executing the switch statement, I have to make sure I have entered an alphabet. So I am writing on statement if A greater than or equal to A within single quotes and A less than or equal to small z or so the braces of if is not closed. Then I am writing else statement. So that I am giving printf not an alphabet.
Line number 6, there is a capital Z.
Line number 6, what happened?
6. It's a capital Z, sir. You have
Yeah, capital S. Okay. So I will explain the program. So here some space. some space will be allocated to store A. Suppose I entered a value A in the keyboard. So what is the equivalent ASCII value of small a? Anyone? I'm also not remembering it.
65, sir.
Okay, 65. So 65 will be in memory of A. For A, some space will be allocated. In that space, that 65 will be stored. That ASCII value will be stored. So here the condition will be checked. Here this A will have a value 65 greater than or equal to single quotes of A. That means actually what happens is 65 greater than or equal to 65. That will be true. And A less than or equal to small z. Small z, the value will be 65 plus 20, 65 plus 25 or 26?
26.
25, sir. 25, sir.
A, B, okay, 25. A is 65. Then what will be B? B will be 66. B is the second character. We are not adding 2, we are only adding 1. So using that logic, 65 plus 25. So 65 plus 25 will be 90. Anyway, 65 less than or equal to 90. This A is 65 and this Z is 90. 65 less than or equal to 90. That is also true. Or we are taking here, this is considering the capital A to Z. So this condition itself is true. This entire condition itself is true. Then it will enter to the if statement because it is a OR statement. If any one of the condition is true, it will execute the switch statement. So it will give the correct output. Suppose instead of A, I have entered 1. I have entered 1 and some equivalent ASCII value will be there. I didn't know the exact equivalent ASCII value of 1. Anyway, it will not be in this range and also it will not be in this range. So this if condition will not be produce a true result, it will be false. So at that time what will happen? It will go to the else part and it will print not an alphabet. I will try to execute the program. 1. I got the output as not an alphabet. And I will test all the condition A. It is a vowel. Small z. Consonant. Capital A, vowel. Capital Z, it is a consonant. Is it clear? So I write this condition only because this is a bit lengthier condition. Earlier we write only smaller condition. A mod 2 equal to 0 or A mod 2 equal to 1. A less than B, A greater than B. So anyway, here we are comparing some multiple conditions. Here we are handling multiple conditions. A greater than or equal to A less than or equal to Z, again A greater than or equal to capital A less than or equal to capital Z. Here in this if we are handling multiple conditions. So to convey that only I have added this thing in the earlier example. Okay, that's all I want to share today. Thank you.